Thinking of moving to Bryan-College Station?
Well, today we're in the beautiful neighborhood of Mission Ranch in College Station. I'm telling you, this neighborhood has everything that you could ever want in a neighborhood, and you'll see why as we go and show you around all the different 6 areas that this neighborhood has been developed with. Make sure and stick around at the end because we want to show you what we feel is the best local hangout hotspot nearby.
If this is your first time to the channel and you'd like to know everything about living in Bryan-College Station,
Then make sure and subscribe below, and we'll keep you up to date on everything you need to know about the market. My name is Adam Edrington. This is my beautiful wife, Michelle. We've been in the area for over 30 years, helping people just like you. Every day, we help people who are looking to move, possibly relocate. And if that's you, no matter where you're at in your process, whether the beginning, middle, or end, please reach out. Phone call, text, email, and we'll make sure and help you in any way that we can. Now, we're here in Mission Ranch, and it's time to dive into this beautiful neighborhood. So first, let's talk about where Mission Ranch is located. We're in College Station, southern west side of town, and it's located off one of the main streets called Holloman. And for a while, Holloman was under a lot of construction, but now it is one of the main streets that flows through the city. And Mission Ranch is also very popular because it's in a great location. It's around many different things. What are some of the things that Mission Ranch is around?
so one thing it's located nearby is the Jones Crossing Shopping Center. It has a brand new HEB.
And the restaurants over there. You're going to have Wingstop. You're going to have sushi. What's that sushi place? Oishi?
Oishi. Another Broken Egg.
Yep. Great brunch spot.
Chicken Salad Chick.
I would say they probably have some of the best Bloody Marys in town, if that's your thing. Chicken Salad Chick, yes. And then, yeah, like she mentioned, the cookie place.
Oh, Crumble.
Crumble cookie. So lots of options in the Jones Crossing area. They're also right across the street from a driving range. This neighborhood doesn't have a golf course close by or within it, but it's within driving distance to multiple golf courses. And they just did a new development where there is a chipping green that we'll show you and we'll get to that I think is pretty cool. Our kids are always in the backyard chipping and putting, and so anytime you have something like that that can keep the family busy, I think it's a great amenity in the neighborhood. So now let's go around. We want to show you each section because Mission Ranch is consisted of 6 sections, and we're going to take you around. Each one has a different price point that you can get in, and I would say every one still has some lots available that if you're looking for a new build, you will have an option to get into that area. So you can choose whichever one speaks to you. And within the area, you will see the different builders. There's 7 builders that make up this area. 7, I would say they're mainly the 7. I don't think there's any more than Reese, Avonlea, Magruder, Pittman, R&L, Ranger,
And Blackstone.
and Blackstone. So those are the 7 builders. They build a beautiful product. Some, you pick out floor plans, but some are totally custom. So it'll be up to you. So let's go dive in and show you around the area. All right, we're starting in our first area of Mission Ranch. This is known as the Crossing. So we're going to show you 6 different areas today. And the Crossing is going to be your entry point into Mission Ranch. Now you're going to have 3 main builders in this area. Ranger, which is, we're in front of these 2 model homes right here that are available. You're also going to have Avonlea, and you're going to have R&L. So the lot sizes here are going to be your smaller lot sizes. There is an area we'll show you, the villas, that are slightly smaller, but these are 55-foot lots. But you can also see how a newly developed area, you can tell by the trees. Okay, so if you're a person that likes big trees, this may not be the area for you. But one thing Mission Ranch did is, as you look around, it's surrounded by big trees. So they really tried to keep that feel of a mature area, but within it, kind of carve out some sections. Like most areas in Mission Ranch, you're going to have your options of a resale, or you're going to have lots that are available to build your own home. So Ranger, Avonlea, and R&L, they're going to have floor plans that you can choose from. You're not so much in the custom build section on this one. There is another phase that we're going to show you right over these trees here. There's one build over there, and it's a unique build, and I'll tell you all about that when we get over there. But first, let's look around this area. All right, so as promised, we are in the newer phase of the crossing. So we were just right over those trees. As you can see, this is brand new. Now here you have, again, same builders, R&L, Ranger, and Avonlea homes. So you can come out, pick your lot, pick a floor plan that you like. Also have a nice ice cream truck that's coming through. Always love that tune. Now, one home I do want to, which I think is awesome about this area, is right behind me. As you look, keep painting. This home right here is a Ranger home. And every year, well, I guess for the past 4 years, they build a home at St. Jude. Great cause. If you want to know more about that cause, reach out. We can definitely send you information if you want to be a part of that. But it's going up right here. We're actually going to be hosting a lot of the open houses, so we're going to get that house as well. So very cool feature, or very cool act that Magruder and Pittman are doing for the St. Jude. Now, this is the last of the crossing. One thing I want to show you again is right over here, there's another phase going in. So once they're done with this, right over that fence there's going to be another phase. So lots of opportunity, lots of options to get into this area. If 400, 450K, somewhere around there is your budget, then this is a great place to start. All right, we're in our second area of Mission Ranch. This place is known as the Ridge. Now I wanted to point out a few features that this area has to offer, which I think are really cool. Now I would say this is probably the first phase of Mission Ranch. This has your highest chance of resale in the Ridge. And the Ridge it takes up some space. You have this phase, and then across the street, you have a little newer builds, and then towards the back, you have lots that you can still purchase. Now, throughout the area, they have areas like this that are sitting, little picnic areas. You can bring the kids out here, play around, run around, bring your dog. So I think those are very important little pockets that neighborhoods have to offer when you're looking for a well-built neighborhood. So just to give you an idea, see Magruder and R&L, who are the builders in this area. As you get towards the back in the new section, there's a few different builders. And again, that can go up a little higher depending on your new build, but now you're getting into more of custom choices with the neighborhood. A little bigger lots. You're gonna have 65-foot lots. And the rest you can see. We're gonna drive you around, give you a little tour of this area, and you can see the different types of homes, but awesome area. It's actually also the closest to the school. So walking distance to the school right around. The reason I can't show you the putting green right now is because school's letting out, and don't want to show all kids and everything like that. But trust me, when you come look at this place, go back there, check out the chipping green that they added and kind of the sitting shade park. It's pretty cool. All right, we are in the third section of Mission Ranch. I wanted to show you this view here. This section is known as the villas. Now, this is going to be your patio home type section. You're going to have your smaller lots here of the whole area. Now, a unique feature about this area, it does have a little more HOA because they do a little more in this area. It's one of the 2 gated communities or gated sections of the neighborhood. This and the reserve, the only 2 gated areas. And Blackstone is a builder in the area. They have a model here that in another video we'll go in and show you around their product. But this neighborhood, you're gonna have a choice of a resale or a new build. This one can go many different levels, but mainly your entrance into this area is about the 450 range. But you can spend as much as you want in this area. And as you can see, as you get down to the newer lots and the new builds, that it's not so much a custom, but you're gonna have some choices to pick out. So if 450 is a good starting point for you, you're one who likes a patio home where landscaping is done for you in the front and just a little more maintenance that you don't have to deal with in your home. This is more for adult living, 55 plus. It's not deed restricted, so it's not 55 plus or not the only age limit or group in here. So it is still of a family atmosphere here. So come check this one out. We're going to show you around, give it a tour, and you can make up your mind, see what you think. All right, we are in this is our 4th phase, or 4th area, known as the Brook. So this is the newest phase that they are developing. But as you can see, it's just lots. Now, it's just one street. You can turn around there and get. Now it backs up, it's across the street from the reserve, which we'll show you that section here in a second. But one street, basically the idea here is they want to keep it a wooded feel. So these are custom lots. You can come in here, buy your own lot. Most are taken by R&L, but they can build a custom home for you. And you can also kind of design the lot. That's really what they're going for. That's why they haven't done anything here. So when you get your lot, they want you to work with you and see where you want to put your house, what trees you want to keep, things like that. Very cool 65-foot lots. If you like more of the privacy feel, yes, you're gonna have neighbors, but you're gonna have big trees around you. That's what I think the coolest part of this section is. Now you're pretty close to the ranch house, so walking distance to the ranch house as well. But pretty much everywhere here you're in walking distance to the ranch house, but this one's a little closer. But if you're one who's probably starting around the 500K, 600K range and above, check this one out. Let's look at the options. But there's really not much here to show you, so you don't need to do a driving tour on this one. You can just see, this is what it is. Okay, we're in our 5th section, the Oaks. This is probably my favorite section of Mission Ranch. I love the custom builds in the area. This is all you're going to see in this area. You do have opportunity for a resale, but also towards the back here, there's lots that you can purchase. Mainly in here, you're going to have your custom builders throughout the area. One cool thing that I'm seeing right now that in the neighborhood that's pretty adorable, if you look right here, we have the pet stop. And I guess this is an awesome neighbor who likes to treat the dogs in the area with a little snack. So if you want to look in the Oaks, definitely come and meet this neighbor. They seem to be cool. But you're going to have your lot sizes here going to be bigger. Entry point's going to be the 600K range. So if that's your starting budget, this is definitely a great place to look at first. See if you If the lots available in the back or something that you're interested in, I believe they back up to a green belt, the ones that are available. So that's always a plus, not having someone behind you. And it's the closest one to the ranch house. So if you like the walking distance to the amenity section of the ranch house, which is going to be the gym, the pool, pickleball court, and the actual little community center. But let's take a look around this one and you'll see why it's my favorite. All right, we are in the final phase of Mission. Well, not the final phase, but the final area we're going to talk about, Mission Ranch. This is called the Reserve. And actually, told you a lie earlier because we were in the Oaks. I said it was the closest walking distance to the ranch house. This one may be closest because you have this little walkway right here, and then right there is the ranch house. So, little mistake, I had to correct that. But in this area, you have the biggest lots. You have custom builds throughout, as you can see. I mean, these homes have some size to them. There are only 2 more lots available in this area. So if you're one that has a favorite builder, or you are looking for a great neighborhood and you've had your dream home that you want to build, and you want this view of, this is the biggest pond in the area. And these ponds, the cool thing about here, you have 2 of them. You can get in them with canoes, kayaks, just as long as there's no motor on the boat. So you can actually get in the water. They're not just for fishing. But this is a beautiful area. The Oaks is still my favorite, but this area right here, I'm telling you, if you have a blessing, if you're blessed enough to be able to get into this area, I would do it. Now let's go check it out. Okay, we have finally arrived at the Clubhouse, where we're about to talk about all the amenities that this great neighborhood has to offer. So the goal of when they developed it was they wanted to bring the community together. And when you're here and we show you around, when you come to town, you're gonna understand that they really pulled that off, in my opinion. Just spending a day in this area, you really feel like it's kind of not really in town. I mean, we're in College Station, but you feel like you're in your own little world here. So we're standing outside the Clubhouse right now. Great little area. You can come out here. You can rent this out. So you have a pit over here that you can bring the family up here if you need this pit, but also on the inside. Now we can't get in here right now because it's by appointment only, but definitely you have access to this. All you have to do is reserve it. And we've done it a lot with our team. We've been up here. We've spent many afternoons in this area, and it's beautiful in there. Now they have a gym in the back you can work out in. They have a kind of a conference room, so to speak, that you can use if you want to do something with your work. But also, you look back here, it gets even better. You have this turf section, and then it goes right into this pool. And then on the back side of that, you have pickleball courts. You have a playground for the kids to come up here. So really, you think about these summers in Texas, you come up here, you can hang out, sit by the pool, kids can play, you can see it all in view. And to me, this is what makes this area one of the best neighborhoods in College Station. If you had access to this every day, you really don't have to go many other places. We're going to show you around the pickleball court here in a second. So let's walk back there. Okay, so walking around the side here, wanted to point this out. I love when they design pools like this, splash pads. If you're a parent and you have small children, those are the best things ever invented. So my wife and I, we have 6 kids between us, so we have experienced that need for this splash pad. And then the adults can hang out past there. But what we're standing on here, walking trails or running trails if you're a runner or a jogger, but there's 12 miles of walking trails around this whole area. You also have 2 ponds. Like I mentioned, you can get in these ponds without a motor and use a kayak. Okay, so we just finished with Mission Ranch. Really liked that neighborhood. And as promised, we were going to take you to one of the top local hangouts nearby. And we're at the Holloman Tavern. So we're upstairs. It has this very cool upstairs area with turf and some swings over here that you can't see. But anytime we get rooftop, it always feels like a city vibe. So very cool. And then downstairs, it's a tavern. So you have any drinks you want, good food. I think they're known for their burgers. I haven't had one yet. I do know they have some good bacon mac and cheese, if that's your thing. But we wanted to kind of summarize Mission Ranch, give you our pros and cons of what we feel. And yeah, we'll start there. So what would be your biggest pro?
It's got so many sections where there's just something really for almost everyone, with the different sizes of homes and lots, and just all the walking trails. Just a great overall community atmosphere. Just really makes it something that I really love about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hard to beat that one. But to me, the biggest pro, I'd say, is just the variety of what it has to offer. Also, the location in town, I guess, is probably my biggest pro. You're very close to campus, to Kyle Field. It's very, very quick drive up the road, but also you're close to so many good restaurants. Poche's is an amazing restaurant here that is literally right up the road. You're about 3 minutes from our favorite, which is 1860. And then you have HEB. We've gotten love HEB, and they have tons of restaurants around there, which is literally across the street, across the road from them. So it's the location. And then when you're in Mission Ranch, it just, like I said, it doesn't feel like you're in College Station. It feels like you've time traveled a little bit. And that's a big pro for me. What is your next pro?
I think for me is just the great schools that it's surrounded around. According to RPR, it's some of the top schools in the area. And as a parent, that's obviously important to me. And it's so close to so many great schools. So regardless if you've got someone in elementary or high school, they're all within just a short drive.
I agree. That is a great pro. For me, it's the 12 miles of walking trails, but I enjoy working out outside, and to have 12 miles of trails to run is a lot safer than running on the road and around traffic. So to me, that the walking trails and the outdoor lifestyle that it promotes is definitely a big pro for me. So what is your last pro before we get into the cons?
I think my last pro, gosh, I should have ranked it a little bit higher, but it's really just the amenities of the neighborhood itself. The pool is amazing. I love the mini lakes, if you want to call them that, where you can just really have some outdoor adventures with your family. Lots of family-friendly little sections of it, where you see on a Saturday driving around lots of families just walking with their dogs and their kids. And it's just a really wonderful neighborhood that it makes you feel good when you're there. It really does.
Okay, and for me, the last one is just the quality of the neighborhood. And as a homeowner, to be in an area that the value of your home is going to, with pretty good certainty continue to appreciate. Um, whether you like HOAs or not, they do keep good quality. Uh, the area, they make sure to keep the area nice and maintained. But and along with the amenities that come with that, that pool is also hard to beat. Um, Very cool pool. But if I'm looking at it from a homeowner standpoint, sure, it could literally be someone's forever home in there, because you have so many options. You can even start and get in at the 400s and work your way up and try to get into the reserve at some point if they ever sell. So that would be my last pro. I'll kick it off with the cons. To me, the biggest con, and again, when you're there, you forget about it, but you are close to student housing. Because right across Holloman, there's a big development, an established area known as the Barracks, which is a great place. It's fun. The creation of that was really done well. Um, and I'm not saying that college kids interrupt Mission Ranch, but you are next to a lot of can be traffic, a lot of cars just going in and out. College kids have to make it to class. It can be very congested. Now they did do some construction, which opened that up. They basically, there was a cutoff, but Deacon is the street that they just continued to go all the way through the Barracks. And now you don't have to go down Holloman to get to everywhere. You can go down Welburn. So that helped out a lot. We had some houses up for sale in there when they were doing construction, and it really kind of hurt the showings because the construction was just crazy. So good thing they're done with that. But yeah, that would be my con.
I think, would you say it's about 80% developed already?
Yeah, maybe even more. Yeah, but somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, so that may be a con, is that there's not a lot of lots. There's not a lot of lots left. So if you're wanting to get in with a custom build and pick your lot, there's quickly becoming limited space out there. So I think that's a con. And then, of course, the biggest one for me is probably just the proximity of the railroad track. But hey, it's called College Station for a reason. So, you kind of learn to just get used to it, tune it out. It's not a real disruption, as long as you're never running behind and you hit that train and it makes you late for your meeting, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah. And I would say I would agree with that con. Sometimes the train can be, I don't know, soothing, but we live in Castlegate too, and we hear it from time to time, but it is a little closer there off of Welburn. So I would agree with that con. The third con, man, this is a neighborhood that's really tough to pick apart.
Cons.
We're just being as transparent as just our thoughts. But maybe the biggest con that I see is the affordability of getting into Mission Ranch. Not many people may be able to get into it, because on top of say yes, you can buy a $400,000 home, but HOA can change things as far as affordability. So I would say that would be the third con for me, is just affordability. It's an exclusive neighborhood. I love it. And which everybody could have a chance to get in there, but that's what I would say is my biggest con.
Trying to keep going. I don't
No, are you out of cons?
say I think I'm out of cons.
Well,
It's like he said, it's really hard to come up with cons for it. Yeah, it's just a great overall neighborhood. We'd live there in a heartbeat.
Yep. Well, again, we enjoy bringing you Mission Ranch. If this is your first time watching the channel, please subscribe. It is our goal to keep you updated on the market in Bryan-College Station. And if you're planning a move to Bryan-College Station or in Bryan-College Station, reach out to us, email, text, or phone call. Until next time.